Hello, it is Nicollet Avenue in South Minneapolis. We're gonna walk around this neighborhood for a little bit and then I'll probably head in. It's pretty windy, pretty chilly. I don't know how long I'll be out here for. I just wanted to show this area. Hey, I have not shown on the channel at all. So we're currently at West 44th Street and Nicollet Avenue. Walking through the Kingfield neighborhood here. It says we currently have a network connection issue. So I apologize if you're unable to see at the moment. It should be repaired shortly. Hopefully, reconnecting again soon. I don't know, sometimes these areas don't have the best streaming service. I remember when I was riding my bike around here, it was less than ideal. We got some saunas over here. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since I've been able to stream, so I wanted to get outside and go for a quick walk and show a new part of Minneapolis that has not been logged on the higher density areas that tend to be more popular on YouTube. But whew, my umbrella's getting blown around already. Still a cool part of Minneapolis. Lots of nice little bars and restaurants in this area that I like. I remember a few years back, people were referring to this area as an ice cream desert because there were no ice cream shops in the area. That wind is just causing us trouble. Driving me nuts. And then Sebastian Joe's opened Joe's Kingfield Social here, I think about a year ago. It's a really good ice cream spot. I think they can make all their flavors into soft serve there too. It's part of the appeal. This umbrella may be more pain than it's helping. Struggling with it might not be worth it. Jason says a lot of cool shops down there. I love Tower Games, Thai Pepper. Yeah, I think Tower Games is a few blocks up. We'll probably walk by there unless I get frustrated by the cold and go home. Lowbrow over there is a spot that I like a lot. Very approachable bar and restaurant. Ooh, coming soon, coffee and more. I wonder what it'll be in the former Kraus Market spot. Oh yeah, Jason says Wiseacre is a great place for breakfast. I haven't been in there, but I've heard great things. Jason, do you remember this this spot? If you look straight ahead to the right on the corner, it is now a 5-story apartment building, but it used to be a restaurant that had they had like the cheapest pie I've ever seen. It was like $1.50 for a slice of pie in 2017, 2018 when I first moved here. It was insane. I think it was called like Curran's or something. Wasn't like the biggest slice of pie you'll ever get, It definitely wasn't the best, but it was super cheap, and they had like a really cheap breakfast and everything in there too. I love those greasy spoon type spots where they have early bird breakfast deals where you used to be able to go in and get eggs and toast and typically a protein for it's like $5 or $6, and I think this one had that, and you could get like pancakes with it too. But yeah, really cool spot. Oh man, my umbrella is not having it. Yeah, that was right there. Now it is a 5-6 story apartment. Curran's was the place. Yeah, Curran's. Yeah, here we are by Martin Luther King Park. Let's see. He said something else here, but I missed it. Grew up in St. Paul, but living on the edge of Savage right now. Love your channel, love the walking around. Hey, thanks, Jason. Great to hear that. Yeah, similar to Curran's, Curran, C-U-R-R-A-N-S. Curran's. Used to have like a bright green sign, if I remember correctly. And a lot of OK pie. We got HQWV. Hi. Hope you're dry and not getting water blown in your face. This is the Joy. Way down at the end of Nicollet, there's an awesome Japanese barbecue space we love to eat at. Is that like Richfield area Nicollet, or up here the direction I'm headed? Because there's a sushi spot up here that does happy hour, and I think they have like a pretty cheap happy hour sushi deal that's pretty good, especially considering the quality of it. Gyokoa, G-Y-O-K-O-A, I think that's how you spell it. Cool, I'll have to check that out. That's the spot. You got MLK Park right here. Inner City Tennis is that white tent in the distance. There was recently a bike swap here at MLK Junior Park I think it was actually about a month ago now, in the beginning of February. I didn't make it out, but I saw a YouTube video there, and there was lots of cool parts and stuff available. Definitely not the most picturesque time of year when it comes to parks. Everything is kind of drab and no snow on the ground, but the sprouts aren't coming up yet. Mr. Smokehouse 6 says hi from Elk River. Hey, up in Elk River. I have never been to Elk River. I'll have to check that out someday. HQWV says there was a car in the White Bear Lake. Yeah, I wanted to go see that. Just didn't make it up. There was that car that was half submerged, and I think people on the internet were having a lot of fun with it, and it got pulled out about a week ago. The Japanese barbecue is over on Lindale. Gayukaku. Oh, is it by Lynn Lake? I don't know. Here is Martin Luther King Jr. Park, where the Kingfield Farmers Market is every Sunday during spring and summer. Oh, they're pulling sap from the trees. Look at that. So you've got your maple tree right here. You've got the urban sap project by the Minneapolis Park and Rec Board. So they're doing an event here in a couple weeks where it's, I don't know how much the pay is. I think it's like $30 a family or something. But they're gonna cook off the sap that they're pulling from these trees and try to make maple syrup. But you can see that maple sap that they got out here. And then they're gonna do a pancake feed here. This one must have either been just harvested or not drawing much. But yeah, there's gonna be a maple syrup festival here at MLK Junior Park in a couple weeks. The Urban Sap Tat. I don't know if I'll make that event, but I have been out to the maple syrup tapping at Wood Lake Nature Center in Richfield a few times, and that was always a fun event. They take you through the whole process. You see a little bit of each part. You tap the trees, you pull other people's syrup that's been tapped earlier, cook it off. Then they let you sample a little bit. You need to check out the Fetus, Electric Fetus. I love Electric Fetus. That is a absolute institution. Great spot, great records, hard to beat. Not just one of my favorite record stores in Minnesota, but one of my favorite record stores anywhere. Jason says, yeah, if you go all the way up to 31st, take a left and walk down to Lindale and take a right on Lindale. That barbecue place is highly recommended, but it can be expensive. Yeah, up there on Lynn Lake. Yeah, Tower Games right there across the street. Come on, umbrella. Quit fighting with me. Hold it out and it immediately pop back. Oh my goodness. Casa Corazon. And then Tower Games, which across the street there. Oh, it's daycare pickup time. That's why it's so busy. Or maybe there's people going into Tower Games. Oh, Mr. Smokehouse 6 going to Ted Cook's on Friday. Nice, yeah, still need to check that one out. I drove by it the other day and was talking about it, but where did I end up going over there? Oh, the Cardinal. I went to the Cardinal when I first... So I spent a week or so working in San Francisco, and when I flew back, got picked up, and we went straight to... The kids wanted to go out to eat, so we went straight to the Cardinal. Definitely a Midwestern bar vibe in there. Little Bob says Butcher's Tail is really good. Is that close to here? That sounds familiar, but I'm not super familiar. Ted Cook's Great Barbecue. There's a really good spot up the street, across the street right here. Petit Lion. That's where me and my wife went for Valentine's Day. It was a really nice meal. I like that place a lot. It was my first time going there. And then there's another, or no, it actually might be further up. I think it might be closer to like 36 or so. Hey. Or no, it is right here. Yeah, so we're coming up on 38th and Nicollet. Butcher's Tail is far away. That's on 11th and Hennepin. Okay, yeah, over kind of by downtown. Connecting between downtown and, come on, that kind of Dunwoody area. Yes, Jason says there's a good ramen spot coming up on your left, Kazama Ramen. I think that's the one I was thinking of that has the really good happy hour. Like they have like pretty cheap. No, Kazama's further up. Kazama's like 36th or 35th or so. Maybe we'll make it up that far. Hey, Bob says I'm right by you, 1 block away, 1 block down on First Ave, working at New Way. There we go, right up the street. There is Petit Leon. I'm trying not to get frustrated enough by this weather to take the bus back up, but it is tempting me today. I am not a fan of the wind. This way up to get to see Bob is Nighthawks at the diner, and then Boludo, the Argentine pizza place. It's actually now has a location in Miami that I saw recently. There we go. Yeah, so Kayachi across the street there, that's the sushi spot that has, I've actually only been there once, but when I did go there it was solid. They had really good happy hour deals on sushi. I've heard good things about a Bangyoli here. I am a big 5 Walk fan. 5 Walk coffee. Jason says, what brought you to Minneapolis? So I was living in the Bay Area in San Francisco with my wife, and we had a child, and I was working a job that did not pay enough money to live in San Francisco. And I thought that working that type of job here in Minneapolis would pay enough money to get by. And so we moved to Minneapolis and bought a home. And she's originally from this area, so we'd visited quite a few times and had family ties and enjoyed the area. But yeah, we have the in-law family is from this area. And they have been wonderful in making us feel at home in Minnesota, as has much of the Minnesota community. I hope you're a fan of umbrellas occasionally coming into frame of a video that you're watching, because today is a perfect day for that. Oh man, I am not a fan of wind. Rain, snow, ice, cold, heat, anything but wind. Maybe I will make it all the way up to, I think I will, and we'll talk about one of my first visits to Minneapolis where I was like mind blown by the Minnesota culture. Yeah, lots of new apartments along here, lots of new builds over the last decade or so. Definitely single family homes and parking lots and businesses being converted into larger complexes to house more people, which is definitely good in this kind of area. in my opinion. Dro on the go says evening. Good evening, Dro on the go. There's so much going on. There's so many different restaurants and places to go. Good mix of apartments and single family homes. Geo's Auto number 2. Honk horn for service. Yeah, I was expecting to get some more snow by this time today. I had circled that I would go for a walk on Tuesday after work. Was hoping to be downtown, but I worked from home today. Just didn't end up making it into the office because things kept coming up where I couldn't make it out. It's kind of funny how that works now. The office has become a place to go to be social and when I'm not as busy, whereas if a day gets away from me, I'm gonna stay home and get trapped in the house. But I saw the weather the last few days and it's been saying that we're gonna get some snow today. I think I saw 6 to 8 inches was the most recent one, and was hoping for that snow to be falling by now, but instead we get rain and wind. Here on the left you have Akin Minneapolis. You can see the website there. This is Sean Sweeney project. I think there were some sort of awards for this one. Definitely infill with a little more design element than you see sometimes, which I'm a fan of, because was talking with someone yesterday about that boxy design you see in so many modern apartments and trying to find ways to view it through a lens of someone in the future who might romanticize an era of architecture, and just couldn't find a way. It just seemed so ugly. Jason says, well, it was fun to join you, but my wife and daughter just got home, so got to get dinner started. Hope dinner's great. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. Oh, I have altered the stabilization while I tried to wipe off the lens. Randy said, what's the green thing? Jason pointed out the sculpture. But yeah, I mentioned earlier, I was talking about, I think Jason was asking what brought me to Minnesota. One of the first, right here. And I had never had a cheese curd before. And my wife said, you know, we're gonna get this beer, and I worked for a brewery at the time, and I got the Surly Wet Hop beer. There's Ola Arepa. So we had the Surly Wet Hop beer, so I was a big fan of the fresh hopped IPAs at that point in time. And with that, she ordered me some deep fried cheese curds. Sorry, just fighting with this gimbal at the moment. Might be having trouble due to the rain or wind or something. But yeah, I had deep fried cheese curds there, and I thought it was such a weird sounding thing, a cheese curd. I didn't know what it was. gonna be deep fried, and she's like, well, you like mozzarella sticks, try this. And, oh my goodness, it's so good. Greasy and delicious. Yeah, if you're, I think there's a variety of people who watch the channel for a variety of reasons, and I think that's pretty cool. One of them is people who are from Minnesota and have moved other places. Another people who live here and might be in their home and just trying to see a different place. Another being people who want to visit Minnesota and are trying to get a feel for the area before they go. If you're eat when visiting Minnesota, Randy says you need a new umbrella. Yeah, that is a fact. I've always been a never carry umbrellas type person. And recently I got one. They were giving them away at the co-working space I was at. And I got one. And it's garbage. It's all bent. It doesn't work. The slightest bit of wind sends it into complete chaos. But it's trying its best. My kids are going to be a fan of that one. So you got Tokidoki Burger. Cartier says, where are you headed? I think this might be my turnaround spot. I might start walking back because I'm kind of miserable walking in the rain right now with this broken umbrella. Someone had mentioned Ramen Kazama right here, which is a great spot. Really good ramen. Definitely worth checking out. And then Ichigo Tokyo Crepes and Coffee. So lots of good stuff in this area. You head up, we are at 34th, so if we go about 4 blocks up, you would hit Lake Street. Unfortunately, probably just gonna have to retrace my steps. For the walk back. Well, luckily going in this direction, the rain should be behind. I did a stream since then, but a few weeks ago, people were recommending Runyons. Oh, I pulled my microphone out. We're just having all kinds of issues today. And I apologize for that. It is not ideal for me either. Yeah, so we're just gonna walk back up Nicollet now. I don't know, I might get bored and get on the bus because my hands are. You see one of those cameras in the Speedway parking lot that have started to get, just being the popular dish in the northern part of South America, which my comfort. Marigold being like a non-alcoholic beer and THC drink store, a non-alcoholic bottle shop they call it. Fondula. Miguel says, it's for you when I get home. There was one when, I think it was, must have been almost 2 years ago, a year and a half, pretty heavily. Those gusts of winds that were blowing before that were a bit more annoying. Cartier says, it's just water coming down from the sky. Is it that bad? Plus a nice walk in the neighborhood is always a plus. You can discover and see things. You get to walk and see the lily pad. Everyone's favorite U-Haul. And there's the green sculptures people were asking about a few minutes ago. I'll show those a little closer. It's that connects to the freeway, so can sometimes be used like an on and off ramp. So a bit of the one of the more dangerous streets in the area. Freeway and forget they're in a city. But I believe 36th and 38th are both up for reconstruction here in the coming years. So they might look different in a bit. I'm not sure how different they will look, but that'll definitely be outlined in the future. I'm always interested in that sort of redesign and engagement process. Alright, so this is the child care center. There's that sculpture that people were asking about. It's like a green flamingos. Good. Always yield to the little kids. See the swing blowing in the wind. I'm not sure if this 36th and Nicollet area is still considered Kingfield. I know once you get to 38th and south, it's Kingfield, but can't confidently say the exact neighborhood that this would be considered. Adelaide. There's a cool old apartment. Old brick building. I don't make them like they used to. Even this apartment on the corner is still fairly modern, but using that brick material, or the ability to make it look like brick, makes it look so much better than some of these buildings that look like shipping containers. Oh no, I think I read about this. There's some damage to butter here because a car ran into it the other day. Yeah, look at that. can't park here. Why did they think this was a parking spot? Yeah, Butter Bakery and Cafe. Go support them while they rebuild after getting hit. Hey, lost in Minnesota. Hope you're well. Howdy. I'm here waiting on the 8 inches of snowfall. Yeah, me too. I thought I'd be walking in the snow today, but sure enough, out here in the rain. Kareem. Hi, Kareem. Hi, how are you? Where are you from? I don't know how to answer that question. I'm from Minneapolis, I guess. I live in Minneapolis, from California. We're currently walking in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hey, Mary Pennington lived in the area, but things have changed. Yeah, the only constant in life is change. It's the only thing we can count on, right? 30 years ago, this street looked vastly different than it did 30 years before that, and looked vastly different than it did 30 years before that, and it will likely look vastly different 30 years from today. Mary Pennington lives in St. Paul. I need to get to St. Paul more. I actually was considering going to St. Paul today to go record this, but I did not get out of work early enough to get that done and feel like I could get back in time to take care of some stuff I wanted to take care of this evening. But yeah. I feel like walking Minnesota has become walking Minneapolis. And I'm neglecting all these other places. I can't even get to St. Paul anymore. This is Karachi, that place I was talking about that has a pretty decent sushi happy hour. And then Cocina Latina. So this spot on the corner has the Colombian style arepas. That I like a lot. More of the style that I grew up with. Those are super good. I took my mom here one time and when she was visiting Minnesota, and she gave it the stamp of approval. She liked it. Here is Petit Lion and the Aliveness Project. So much cool stuff in a few block radius right there. Maybe I'll go record just a video to post later in St. Paul tomorrow if we get decent snow. Just walking around in the snow in St. Paul somewhere. Wait, no, I got a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. Yeah, now we're continuing to head south on Nicollet here. Mary Pennington said that they went to grade school and grew up on 35th and Colfax, just a few blocks away. Hey, Juan David says, I live in Minneapolis and my mom lives in Columbia. She's a huge fan of your videos and always keeps track of where you are. She even asks if I'm close by. That's awesome. Hola, parcera. Hopefully she is having a great day in Columbia and it is a nice warm day, and yeah. Appreciate the support. It's cool, Juan. Thank you. Coming up on Tower Games here and the MLK Park. So really, a lot of just backtracking from when we were walking in the other direction. But Lyndale was too far away and there's not a ton of businesses over there, so my choices were either walk back or ride the bus. In hindsight, maybe the bus would have been fine. Oh, there's a new bus line opening in St. Paul. I think I might try to record the opening of that on coming up here in March. Here's the Tower Games, a cool game store. Go in there, get your board games and trading cards and all that stuff. But yeah, the Gold Line opens. I saw a thing saying it opens in St. Paul later this month. Jimmy's got a bunch of flags. There we go. And we're walking, we're running, we're biking, and there's red flags. Oh yeah, so we got the Gold Line opening up in St. Paul next month, or this month actually. I think in like 15, 20 days. I'm sure there'll be some sort of festivity around that. Dro on the go, lots of places to go around this area. Yeah, that's true. So I was leaving my house because I wanted to go record a video today and was trying to think of a spot to go to, and I always kind of lean into downtown because people seem to like to see downtown areas in different cities, but I feel like I record downtown Minneapolis so much and that it's so easy for me to step outside on like a lunch break or something when I'm working downtown that I wanted to go somewhere different, and I thought, why not come here to Kingfield, to Nicollet. Definitely recorded MLK Junior Park a handful of times on my bike, but not walking. We've got the Little Free Library. Shout out Little Free Library. I love these things. They're so fun, and used to not be able to drive by these with my kids. If we were going by and they'd see one, they'd yell, "Stop, stop, stop, look at the library. We gotta see if we can get any new books to read." Because we'd always walk, we have a habit in my neighborhood that we've built with my family of going on walks pretty often. Surprising, right? We try to do it daily, where we walk together as a family, and one of the destinations we often go to are the Little Free Libraries, so we'll just walk around and check out those ones, and whenever we're in the car or on bikes or moving around the city, my kids always want to stop and see what's in them and try and find new books. And there's some people in Minneapolis who put some serious effort into their Little Free Libraries, not just from the design standpoint, where some make it look like their home or make it look like a castle or try to build some sort of feel to it, but they will they'll like kind of curate the books that are in there. Like I went by one the other day where someone was putting in, trying to keep it filled with banned books and all sorts of different things people do. And there's one that I know that there's a bookstore owner who lives near it, and they will put all sorts of sample copies of books in there that they're, either not able to bring in the book or in the store or what. JD Tranquility says, walking into Hood. Be careful out there after dark. Avoid 38th in Chicago. Grimacing face. I don't know about that. I think there are spots in the world where I would say, I don't know if I'd want to walk around with my phone out after dark. I would not say 38th in Chicago is one of those places. I feel like it's pretty communal over there. It's mostly just people hanging out. Maybe I'll have to go record a video over there some night so that people can see. But yeah, that was actually on the ideas of places I had to go today, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about recording over there because I don't want people to be too negative. But I think it is important to document that place because it is a big part of Minneapolis history, right? So yeah, I think it might be helpful for people who might think it's a scary spot or might think it's something to be afraid of to see that view of someone walking around there. And the way every time I'm over there, all I'm met with is people saying, hey, hi, how you doing? And people wanting to chat and talk about whatever's going on. And it's a friendly environment for me. But not everybody has the same experience, I guess. I don't know. Coming back to, where are we? 42nd and Nicollet. Almost made it back. Here on the corner is that apartment complex where Curran's used to be. $1.50 slices of pie during pie happy hour. What a gem. We need more $1.50 pie spots, let me tell you. And as I said earlier, it wasn't great pie. It was fine, but it was okay pie. But for $1.50, that'll get me in the door. I would say the pie was about the quality of diner coffee, where you go in and you sit down and you know what you're getting, but diner coffee is diner coffee. You get what you get. There's lots of really cool old brick apartments here along Nicollet, along Chicago, along lots of these streets and these major arteries in South Minneapolis. Mixed with the new builds, as you see over here. The Aubrey. I wonder what that is in reference to. All right, coming up on the lowbrow on the right here. Really great bar, restaurant, family spot. Good burgers and all that stuff. But yeah, I think with that, I will probably be wrapping up the stream here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Do need to get back and take care of some other things today. Maybe award myself for walking in the rain with some Joe's Kingfield Station ice cream. Joe's Kingfield Social ice cream. Right, we all deserve ice cream. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I will hopefully be streaming again soon. Otherwise, hopefully be posting other videos. I have been putting up some short clips from when I was in San Francisco, but was unable to record any full videos out there. JD says, good thing you're walking right now instead of in the morning with the blizzard coming. Yeah, I like walking in the blizzard. I do appreciate the concern. I don't want to get too pelted, but it makes for good video, right? When you can have that heavy snowfall. So we'll see. Maybe the snow will start falling heavy tonight and I'll get warmed up and can record a video out in the snow tonight somewhere. We will see. But yeah, everybody have a good rest of your day, and I will hopefully see you on a stream another day. Take care.